So I made it. 2 years. I can now safely say that in the last 5 years, I've been sober for 3.5, something like that. Little geographic fact, behind me, over my shoulder, you can see Cyprus, UK, and Turkey all in the same shot. That's right behind me, literally behind me. I'm basically sat on the border. I thought I'd take some time just to speak to you about 2 years of sobriety, really. What I've learned, things I've noticed, and then maybe I'll do a longer kind of YouTube-y video on the same subject as well. The process of getting sober is also a process of getting to know yourself a little bit, like who was underneath the alcohol, what it was you were hiding from. And I've done a lot of that in the last 2 years. And I can safely say, as difficult as this journey has been, and continues to be, I do feel like, just for lack of a better word, I feel like a better person. Interpret that however you want. What I think it means, if you'll allow me to speculate, is that I'm just more capable, more able to deal with things. I still procrastinate just as much as I did when I was drinking, really. Well, not quite. And I still don't do things when it would be in my benefit to do them early. But in general, dealing with people, dealing with problems, dealing with celebrations, I feel much more capable, much more stable and predictable. A slightly younger version of me didn't want stability or predictability, or I had convinced myself that I didn't want those things. But there is no question that my life is orders of magnitude better in just by every metric, every important measure. My life is better now than it was. 2 years isn't a long time, even though I kind of aggregate it into about, 3.5 years of sobriety. 2 years isn't that much. So there is still a lot of growing left to be done, I'm grateful to say. It's never over. But unexpected things have become important to me all of a sudden. Like, for example, I'm not sure if you can see it, because I'm probably in the shadow, but I have an ancient Greek word, sophrosuna, tattooed across my chest. And sophrosuna is a kind of philosophical concept, which means something like peace. Or it means like a combination of peace and moderation and restraint and tranquility all at the same time. We don't have a word for it in English, hence why I have it tattooed in Greek on my chest. But that has become a really important pursuit for me. It's just seeking, a lack of chaos. My love of chaos has disappeared entirely. I no longer seek it out. And as a result, my life is much better organised. Structure, too. In 2 years of sobriety, structure and sobriety are essentially interchangeable words, in my opinion. You don't have one without the other. And for me, they came together at exactly the same time. They were kind of mutually supporting. Early mornings, early evenings, a set time to be at the desk, creative pursuits, like scheduling time for them, to-do lists, endless to-do lists. I have to-do lists for my to-do lists. As well as feeling capable, I also feel like I have capacity. Not just like in the literal sense of having more time to do stuff, although that is certainly true. I also mean it in terms of dealing with other people and letting other people in and having time to speak to other people about their problems instead of making everything about mine. Forgive me for saying that. I mean, having a Patreon and a YouTube channel is the height of hubris, but I promise in practice, I make a lot of time to speak to people, and I find that extremely beneficial. I think in AA they call it service. I'm not really doing it in such a structured... I'm not really doing service in such an organised way that AA prescribes, but I feel like I'm doing some kind of service. God, look at it out here, it's fucking amazing. I've got the ocean behind me, UK and Turkey behind me, a mountain range over this shoulder, and then a little city over there. And my house is down there somewhere. And I got my dog digging up a pipeline. Please don't dig up a pipeline between Cyprus and Turkey and start a war, okay? I know what you're like. Being dependable is such a massive ego boost. It's so good for your self-esteem, turning up for people and meeting obligations, meeting commitments. I was so bad at that before. I was so self-interested that I didn't really care what people asked me to do. I wanted to do what I wanted to do. I think a characteristic of most alcoholics. And letting go of that and just doing the things that I've said that I will do and seeing just a positive response from people is just huge for my self-esteem. And that was never possible before because of my drinking. But it's possible now. Oh, hey. Easy, don't pull me around. We're on top of a cliff, okay? Oh, shit. That is an actual cliff, look. Cool. The course of sobriety never does run smooth, of course. So I remain vigilant and my shields are always up. But on the whole, this last 2 years will probably go down as the best of my life, I imagine. So, thank you for being on the journey with me. Share your sober time below. And let's continue to work as a group through this thing. Good luck out there.